For years, I thought my stepmother was a kind and loving woman. She married my father 5 years ago, blending into our family like a missing puzzle piece. She wasn't the warmest person, but she was polite, and my younger siblings adored her. My father had been divorced from my mother since my little brother was 2, but there was no bitterness between them. They had a great co-parenting relationship. I have a 17-year-old sister, a 16-year-old brother, and I'm 25. My father also has a 3-year-old son with my stepmother. Since I'm attending the police academy, I only come home on weekends, but I always made an effort to bond with my stepmother. I helped around the house, paid bills when I could, and even offered to babysit my half-brother so she and my father could have date nights. She always declined, insisting that she had it under control. To me, we were a family. To her, we were a burden. I had no idea how much she resented us, how much she hated us, not until I stumbled upon a secret she had been hiding for years. It started innocently enough. One random weekday, I was able to come home unexpectedly and needed to use my computer. I had let my stepmother use it before, and when I opened the screen, I saw her email still logged in. I was about to close it, when something caught my eye: notifications from Reddit. I had never known her to be active online, but there it was, a flood of messages from a subreddit dedicated to step-parents. Curiosity got the best of me. The first post I clicked on shattered. My world. It was about me. She was criticizing my life decisions, twisting facts, and even lying to get sympathy from strangers. I felt sick as I scrolled through her comments, lines and lines of hateful words about my siblings and me. She hated when my father spent time with us, especially my sister and me. She felt we were intruding on her real family, her, my father, and their toddler. She wrote about counting the days until my siblings turned 18, so she wouldn't have to see them anymore. My 17-year-old sister adores her, but my stepmother secretly despised her. The worst part? She found it stupid and unnecessary to learn. Sign language for my sister, who is deaf. She had never truly tried to learn it, even though my father had offered to pay for her classes. She believed it was a waste of time since my sister could just read lips. The betrayal hit me like a punch to the gut. She also hated my relationship with my father. She sexualized it, saying it was unnatural that I hugged my dad or took naps near him. What the hell was wrong with her? He was my father, my family. And then there was the worst realization. She had been spreading lies about my mother, calling her troublesome, even though they had always been cordial. She had made up stories to make herself the victim, and Reddit strangers had encouraged her to move far away from us, to force my father to cut us off. I couldn't breathe. I felt sick, angry, and betrayed all at once. How could someone smile in our faces and secretly wish we were gone? I took screenshots of everything, her posts, comments, even a video recording showing her email linked to the account. I needed proof. But what now? I couldn't just pretend I didn't know. But if I confronted her right away, she might delete everything and gaslight me. So I decided to tell my family first. That night, instead of going home, I went to my mother's house and told her everything. She was furious. She had never liked my stepmother much, but she had respected her. Now, she was shaking with rage, reading the disgusting things my stepmother had written. My mother wasn't the kind of person to make rash decisions, but she told me one thing: your siblings deserve to know the truth. I agreed. When we told my 16-year-old brother, he was angry, but not shocked. He admitted that he had noticed how she ignored our sister, pretending not to hear or see her. He had thought she was just distracted, but now he realized she simply didn't care. When we told my sister, she broke down in tears. She had spent years trying to connect with our stepmother, patiently teaching her sign language, always giving her the benefit of the doubt. But now, she realized, stepmom never wanted to learn. She never wanted to understand her. That weekend, I went back to my father's house. The first thing I did? I told my stepmother I knew everything. Her face turned white. She tried to defend herself, saying, "You can't judge me for venting online. Being a stepmom is hard." But I wasn't buying it. This wasn't venting. This was hate. Lies. You wanted people to believe we were terrible so they would tell you to get rid of us. She had nothing to say to that. Then it was time to tell my father. I showed him everything. Her words, her lies, her twisted fantasies about our family. He went from confused to horrified to furious. When he confronted her, she tried to play the victim. I needed a safe space. I never meant harm. It's just hard being a stepmother. But my father wasn't having it. You think it's normal to say, "My daughters are too close to me"? You think it's okay to be happy when my little girl is in the hospital? To say she doesn't deserve sign language? To lie about their mother? She had no defense. He told her, "It's over." My father left that night. He moved into my mother's house temporarily while figuring out what to do next. The stepmother? She never apologized. Not once. She justified herself over and over again, refusing to admit she had done anything wrong. She never loved us, and she never saw us as family. In the end, my father chose us. He made it clear that he would see my half-brother every day, but he would never trust her again. This entire experience changed me. I used to believe that family was about love and effort, but I learned the hard way that some people will never see you as family, no matter how hard you try. But I also learned something beautiful. True family will always choose you, and my father chose us. Some stepmothers struggle, and I understand that. But there's a difference between feeling overwhelmed and actively hating your stepchildren. I don't regret exposing her. I don't regret choosing the truth over comfort. And if I had to do it again, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.